Did I hit the right one? I hope so. Maybe something. I think we're good. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Next Level Marketing Call. I'm going to be your host tonight. Actually, more of a prop tonight because we have a couple of amazing speakers going to rock your socks off. They're going to inspire you, empower you, make you laugh, make you smile, and make you want to do something productive and amazing in life. But and we'll have them up in just a bit, but we have the incredible Angie Bloom-Hewett and also the awesome jet setter, literally Stephanie Russell, with us today. And the reason why you're on this call is you probably had a friend that was telling you that they found a way to be able to build something fun. They found a way to be able to do something of impact, to be able to make some extra money. Hey, who here would love to be able to do something where you're having a blast, you're making friends around the world, you're making money, and you're just like having the time of your life? Give me a wave or put a me in the comments below if that sounds like something that you like to be able to do, because that's what these two have been able to find, and they've been able to help a lot of people be able to do. And that's what we're going to chat about tonight. So if this is your first time taking a look at this, at the end of this, get back with your friend that introduced this to you, because we're off and running. We are moving into some great places. If you see value in this, we'd love to be able to partner with you and help you become one of those next success stories as well too. And it's going to be awesome. But quick introduction, and I'll pass it off actually to our main speakers. But if we haven't met yet, my name is James Zhang. I've been in the entrepreneurial space for 15 years, 13 years with these body balancing skinny drops that you may or may not have heard of. So I've seen a lot. And it takes a lot for me to, number one, be excited, because if you've seen everything, it's easy to kind of get just used to things. But also, number two, it takes a lot for me to really see leadership come up that I just really respect to a high degree. Because who here has ever met anyone before that it seemed like they kind of were talking the walk, but they weren't walking the talk? You know what I'm talking about? Like they just things were not clicking. And it's an honor today because I'm going to have some amazing people share with you a timing of something, share with you an idea of something that's got me more excited than I've ever been in 15 years of business, because of what it can do for you and what it can do for your families. But really, I want to introduce you to some incredible leaders that are doing phenomenal things that inspire me, seriously. And I'm actually going to pass it off to our amazing host of tonight, but Angie Bloom-Hewett. How you doing, sister? Let me know if you're going to mute yourself.
I'm good. I'm very good. I'm excited about tonight. Super excited about tonight.
Going to be incredible. Angie, I've had a chance to know you as a friend, to see you since the beginning, to see how you've just taken this mantle of leadership. And when you think about somebody that is just obsessed about their vision to serve other people and just like on it with their mission, I think about you, Angie. Like, if I were an obstacle in between you and your mission, I would not want to be there, because you need to get out of the way, So if you guys don't know, Angie and her team, they are some of the fastest growing leaders in North America right now. They're doing phenomenal things. They're duplicating at a rapid pace, and they're making it look fun and amazing as Angie's hair. Like, wow, come on, guys, let's just talk about it, right? 1 to 10 scale. Where would you rate Angie's hair in the chat? 10 being like, man, that's on my vision board right there. So 20 for 10. That says a lot coming from Tammy. Tammy
It
knows.
does. She's the one with the hair, for real. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we got hundreds as well too, Angie. But in all seriousness, no, it's been so fun. And the reason I wanted you on this call today is you have such a handle on a vision of where you're going, on where this company's going, and you share it in such a special way. I had an opportunity to see Angie in action, guys. And I've seen a lot of speakers. I see a lot of presenters. I love the art of presentation. I think it's fun to look at. And when I was sitting in Angie's presentation, I felt like I was just seeing art flowing because you love what you do and
Yeah.
you just have such a fun time doing it. And that's why you're being booked everywhere, literally everywhere. Like where have you traveled in the last couple of months?
Florida, California. I'm going to Sacramento and back to LA. We've got the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, and the 7th in Sacramento coming up.
Wow.
Yeah,
Gosh.
yeah.
She is a woman that is wanted. So thank you for your time today, Angie. And I know I just would love for you to be able to share what this is all about. And I know you have your amazing friend and superstar Stephanie we're going to bring up as well too. But let me know what you need. But I'm just going to be in the background here. But guys, can we give Angie a big warm welcome and take some good notes, guys?
Thank you, James. Wow, what an introduction. So, all of you, most of you know who I am. I'm Angie Bloom-Hewett, and I've been here. I got brought here by Tammy Egbert. She is my direct upline. And we came from another multi-level marketing company that left me not wanting to ever touch another multi-level marketing company. I was probably one of the toughest recruits she ever had. I know I wasn't easy. And I hope I never get the payback that, kids get when they're rough on their parents and then they become parents and it comes back to you. I've been blessed. My people are good so far. But it was a little over 2 years ago that she approached me about this new amazing company. And I just wanted to put a disclaimer out there that I'm taking you through the journey of the very beginning. And there's a few of us on here that I'm proud to say we all went through this together, right? So I've probably done about 14 companies in total. I've also owned my own celebrity wedding and event planning company, had a reality TV show, wrote a book, um, co-wrote a book, was part of a book, not quite the status of my best friend Pia Washington, but they put my words on some paper and sold it. So does that count? I think so, maybe. But um, anyway, I'm bringing that up to say that I got in, I started with the products, love the products. I, like a lot of other people, was like, if I don't like the products, I'm not selling it. Anybody that knows me knows I can't fake the funk, period. The comp plan was amazing. There was so many perks to it, but it was the culture when I got in here, the warrior movement in particular, just the camaraderie, slowly began recruiting from that past company. One of the first people was my best friend Pia, as well as my sister-in-law, Joanne Hewitt. They were here right at the beginning and they're still here. So we went through a little bit of a tangle because this company is so amazing, you guys. If you've ever done this kind of business before, our comp plan is unparalleled. Nobody pays you more than they take. And we make 51 cents on the dollar. The James is on a trip that's been paid for. I mean, I don't know how many trips you guys have had with your companies. I'm guessing, I don't know. Put it in the chat. 0? I don't know. 1, 2, maybe. We go every year, twice every year, and that doesn't include our events. I went to Puerto Vallarta last year. Anyway, I'm getting over my skis, so I jump in. Once I get going, I really took off, and then there was something that was happening because we get paid so well. Part of the company wanted to dissolve and get rid of people like me and you, hopefully you that are on here looking for something, um, because they could just put it all online and cut the middleman out. But we had really good salt of the earth, integrity filled leadership here that said, no, we're not, this is not okay. And so, John Wadsworth, who's with Noni, if you've heard of Noni, put a 1 in the chat. I'm going to get with everybody else on the Pia's good at this, James is good at this. Put a 2 in the chat, put a 10 in the chat. Just let me know, clap back, do something. Let me know you're there. Anyway, so he was like so upset about this whole thing. Now he had a good sized team as well, and he didn't want to see everything fall apart. His father grandfathered him in with the whole Noni. They just went to Tahiti. They go every year. I'm going next year. And he's talking to his best friend, this amazing genius, Wharton graduate, Wall Street, Goldman Sachs, the most amazing man, Darren Zobrist. And they're neighbors, they're best friends, and they're just chopping it up. And John is sharing with him that he doesn't want the company to dissolve. It's time sensitive. It like literally they were going to obliterate us. And Darren looked at the plan and said to his best friend John, not to worry, let's buy the company. So 300 million, 350 million, whatever that number was, a lot of money. So I want to tell the backstory on this because Darren, Wharton graduate, Wall Street, Goldman Sachs, smart guy, did not like what he was doing. He's on holiday in Mexico with his family and he sees yellowfin tuna for 50 cents a pound versus $20 a pound stateside. And he calls his people, because when you got money, you got people. Come down here and see if there's an opportunity. And his people went down there and indeed there was an opportunity. Fast forward, he couldn't get anybody to fish for him though. They didn't trust the gringo. His words, not mine. They acquired a factory to process the fish. One fisherman would fish. That's all he could get. And when the villagers saw how his life became elevated, he had a fleet of 1,000. Took that same business model to 13 other countries. Really smart guy. And notice what he's doing. He's building a team. He's having a product, a process, a lot like what we do in this type of an industry. And he said he couldn't do this kind of an industry. Yet John was telling him, you just did that. And so 13 other countries, Venezuela, Brazil, Portugal, little company called Bumblebee Tuna sees what he's doing and they buy it from him. So $300+ million later, we are debt free with people that are super smart. Being with people that are smart is a great thing. There's a lot of smart people, but the key here is integrity. The key here is longevity. You can date a guy, he's got a lot of money, but if he ain't nice and his breath stinks, it's not going to work. You have to have something else with that, right? Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. Money is not everything. You got to be nice, have a good heart. So fast forward, it was Carol, Diane, Pam, myself, James. We flew to Utah and met them, literally, like 36 hours after the whole deal went down. They took on, there was only 100 of us that were there. They took on, they grandfathered in the comp plan. They did the Bill of Rights. I mean, they took care of us and put everybody's minds at ease and told us, bear with. Now we had no name. We just got a name in this last year. Partner Co. is the name, obviously. So I'm saying all that to say that experience led me to Puerto Vallarta, where Darren Zobrist wanted to have dinner with our team. What an honor in Puerto Vallarta. So we're having dinner with his wife, his son, and himself. And we're just talking about how they met. And he's saying how, he was raising these twin little girls by himself. Well, my heart, any woman with children or a heart, you just open up when you hear of a single father dealing with little girls like that, or anybody, right? Then they start showing me their grandbaby. Now, their little grandson is a little black boy, right? So I shoot from the hip. I pretty much just spoke what everybody was thinking. And I said, how did you two white people get this little black grandbaby? Because we adopted our son when he was 15. That's when, like, I would just, there's my heart, right? Because who does that? I mean, salt of the earth people, nobody adopts 15-year-old male children, let alone black and brown ones. So I just fell in love with them. And you could not tell that this was not their biological child. I say all that to say, I'm sold on and comfortable with, we're in the hands of smart people, but I mean, good, solid, salt of the earth people. I'm honored to be here. And I know that this is the last one thing I'm ever going to do. So when people say to me, Angie, how many of these types of businesses have you done? Well, I've done 14, but I count this one twice. And the reason I prefaced how many of us were here at the beginning is because they all chose twice too. That's saying something. Carol wasn't here at the beginning and then gave up when Partner Co came. She's still here. Joanne's still here. Tammy's still here. Diane's still here. Lily's still here. Pam's still here. We're still here. The crux of us are still here because why? We have something amazing. We're at a brand new precipice of something here. How many times have you wanted in your own lifetime to say, oh my gosh, if I had just been there at the beginning when Google started, or Facebook, or Apple, or Amway, or Avon, or any of the things, right? Oh, that's those people were lucky. We're lucky. The time is now, people. The time is now. Whoever brought you here on this call, you should thank them. Thank them. We have an amazing business. We have an amazing product. It has to be third party certified, unlike other companies. Um, we're not in it. There's no conflict of interest. We have so many different certifications. Two of my favorite are the PDR, which is the physician's desk reference. So for you that have people who have medical issues or have any kind of concerns, we have clinical trials. We have actual factual documentation that we can share with them that legitimizes us and at a very minimum makes somebody pay attention and say, wow, they're like legitimate, like we're speaking their language, right? My favorite is the cologne list. I dated an Olympian who passed away last year, but in the 80s, he tested dirty. Why? Because he took Sudafed. We now know all these decades later, people make crystal meth with that stuff. But we didn't know that in the 80s. The cologne list doesn't approve people lightly. It's hard. I mean, hard, because there's so much at stake with that certification. If they say we're good, we're good. If we tell you that the bottle says A, B, C, D, all these different certifications that have nothing to do with us personally say that's the truth of it. You go to Walmart or Target, no shade to Target or anywhere else, but you buyer beware. You don't know what you're getting on Amazon. You don't know what you're getting at the supermarket, but with us, you do. We have superior products, superior comp plan, and a superior culture. So, that said, I have an amazing team that's growing here. Stephanie Russell, I'm so honored. She said, yes, I'm going to let you, Steph, kind of from your, how'd you get here? You know, what happened? How I get so lucky? And you take it away, please.
Hey, hi guys, Stephanie Russell, from beautiful Waikiki, Honolulu. I'm actually here on a layover with United. My job is an airline pilot. I hope you can hear me okay because all of a sudden, of course, when I put on the spot, the wind's picking up. I was trying to make it a little scenic from my balcony, but can you guys hear me okay, or should I go
Yeah,
inside?
no, we hear you fine. You're
You're
good.
good? Okay, good. Anyway, yeah, so I'm honored to be here. Welcome everyone. So Angie and I have known each other for gosh, for 15 years, I think, over 15 years.
Mhm.
She and I partnered in a couple different companies that, we both of us were on fire with, and they just kind of dissolved and just kind of fell apart. But I was actually introduced to this. I saw it on somebody posted online. I'm like, oh, I could use some hormone balancing. I've got that perimenopausal self going on. I get moody and like, oh gosh, I'm totally in. And then I saw Angie. I knew she was doing something, but I didn't know what it was. I put her on Facebook and I reached out to her, and it looked like I looked at her post. I'm like, oh my gosh, I think she's doing it. So I reached out to her and she called me like within minutes. And next thing I signed up, I said, let me just try them. She told me all about them. And I said, let me try them. She sent me a box. And I think I signed up with them that week because I started noticing things. I noticed mood shifts, just feeling better overall, just getting my body back in balance. I didn't necessarily do them to lose weight. As we age, we do gain that midriff, and I wanted to get rid of that. But I tell you, they're a game changer. So that's kind of how I got into it. And I realized, after listening to Angie, I trust her. And that's what this company, what doing this is sharing the love with everybody. And when you know somebody that you can trust, it's just like she's just a magnet. And I joined the first week in April. Within I became Ultimate Gold. Within the first month, I had 3 brand partners, all 3 lifelong friends, literally. Ran Hansen, my Canadian friend who I've known since I was literally my entire life. We've known each other. our family, we had a summer house right next door to them up in British Columbia. And she signed up and so excited for her. And Molly Oliver, who I've known ever since I met my husband, she's also with the airline, a flight attendant, and she's also a registered dietitian. And she said she was in, like, this is really something. This is a thing. So, and then a friend of mine that I've known since I was in my early 20s, Christy Dyer, she joined. It's just when you find a good product and a good company that's solid and has great products, it's just, you just put your heart out there. And then we've got this amazing thanks to James and his wife, Becky, that makes it simple and able to share with others. And, you know, you just have to just share the love and spread the word. So that's kind of my take on that.
Can I
And
say
I
something
apologize.
to you, Stephanie? Something I want to
Absolutely.
interject here.
Yeah.
There's three things right away off the bat. She was coachable. I don't know how hungry she was because she eats really well in her lifestyle. She does very well, right? But she was coachable. That's the key. To when you coming from another industry like this, oftentimes, and I'm speaking from my own experience because I thought I knew it too. And I had to get out of my own way and say, okay, this might have worked with Cabby, or this might have worked with Arbonne. But guess what? This ain't Cabby or Arbonne. And if it was all that, I would have stayed there, right? This is head and shoulders above and beyond anything I've ever done. Wouldn't you say the same thing, Steph?
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, when you find something that works so well and people see the difference and doctors and are backing it up, you know, I've had my issues with autoimmune and different, you know, health issues. And you find something that works for you that you know that's homeopathic and all natural. It's just easy to stop. You know, I just recently sold 6 boxes to pilot friends. So I just put it out there on my United Women Pilot Venus page. I was like, what is this? And I told them about it, kind of what I and like, okay, you know, not everybody, some people are skeptics, take them a while, but I'm learning the system about how to get my Facebook. You know, at first I was like, oh, I got to start posting again because I've been always lately. I've just been kind of a looker, you know, I just see what everybody's doing and not real active. Post a few important things, but now I'm like doing what I need to do and actively posting and doing what I'm being coached and I'm listening to Angie and I'm following the system from Becky and the Warrior Movement and James and what they're telling us. And if you just follow the simple steps, it's like all of a sudden people come out of the woodworks. I'm noticing my feeds on my Instagram and Facebook blowing up with people I haven't seen for a long time. So it's awesome. And I can sit there and do this. I'm on a layover right now. So I'm doing my job while I'm doing my job. You could take it anywhere with you. I wanted to go down to the beach, but I didn't want to be in the sun. I can't see my phone. So here I am in the wind on my balcony.
I'm getting a thing in the feed saying it's hard to hear you. Maybe you could step back into your room. Maybe you were
All of a
right.
sudden I swear the wind has picked up just since I went outside.
Better. There you are.
And I'm having a bad hair. Yeah.
No, you're doing fine. So
Okay,
Stephanie,
yes.
let me ask you a question. Because you seem to be recruiting really rapidly and very easily, right? And I know a lot of that is due to your character and who you are and that you're believing in this. But is there any kind of advice you would give to people who are just joining that, you know, might want to glean some of your wisdom? Because you really are knocking it out of the park.
Yeah, you know, I would say get on. I went to a network group here recently, and I haven't done that in a long time. And you know, I just since COVID, I just kind of stuck with my little circle and whatever. And I thought, you know, I need to get out and meet more people and get in front of people and share this, but not in a salesy share, like just in a nonchalant, you know, what do you do? You know, like, oh, you know, and I don't boast on my other career, but it's like I'm not a like I don't want to come across as like I don't know how to make this sound right, but like a used car salesman. I'm like, oh, come and see what I have because that's just going to steer people away. I believe I want them to see and build and see who I really am as a person. Follow me on Facebook. See, oh my God, I'm going to be posting later. I was just getting ready for this, and out of nowhere, a freaking cockroach comes out of the ceiling and lands on my counter. I took a picture of it. I'm like, oh, here we go. So you'll be probably seeing that on my post feed. You know, I share my And I'm in a really nice hotel, but cockroaches are everywhere. So
I
you
think
have to,
they call them water bugs.
okay, we'll call it a water bug. It makes me feel better. But I was nice to him. I picked him up with the claw. I was going to kill him. And I thought, no, I'm going to put him in a Kleenex. I'll just take him out on my balcony and get rid of it. So, but you just have to be yourself and let people see who you are, because if they just see you as trying to sell something, they're not going to buy on you, you know? So they need to get to know, become part of your warm market, like a complete stranger. I just had somebody earlier friend me that I went to high school with, must have just recently saw my post through my post of somebody. And I'm like, who is this? Because it's a different last name. But all of a sudden now she's becoming part of my warm market and they can follow me. And then if they see me posting about my drops, I can put them in the Warrior Movement system, or get back, you know, if they reach out. I just have one of my pilot friends who I did another business with, during COVID. It was an MLM. I reached out to her and told her what I was doing, and then she just responded to me today, and she goes, I don't want to do that anymore, but just tell me what you're doing. So you never know. People
Listen,
come
I see
around.
a three-way call in our future. Get her on the phone. Let's talk.
I agree. I agree.
I want to say something that you touched on that I really want to drive home. One of the biggest mistakes people in this type of business do is they're too desperate. They're too pushy. People can smell it on you if you're only engaging with them to get something. And you do a really good job, Stephanie, of offering, because you really
Yeah.
care about people. I mean, this girl's like, I could tell you all of what she does, but I mean, she just, knows no strangers, is always wanting to help and find a solution. And you have a big, big, pure heart. So people can sense that on you too when you're doing business. If you're offering them something, be it a solution to an issue, or just, I would love you on my team just because I like you. Not that I need you or I have to have you, or oh please, baby, 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 please. No, that's
Yeah.
not good. That's like going all
No.
the way on the first date. You have to massage these things,
Yeah.
right? You do
Yeah.
a
There's
good job of that.
Thank you. Otherwise, people run. I mean, I'm the first one to say that. Like, if I feel like somebody's trying to sell me something and whatever, I'll be like, okay. But if it's like, yeah, this is what I have. All right, fine. And then you just kind of like, I mean, that's not what my attitude, but you know what I'm getting
I
at
know,
is
you let them
you just,
they come to
yeah, let
you.
them marinate, and then
That's
all of a sudden
true.
they come back and go, yeah, you know what? I think wow, she's got something, and I don't come across starving. I'm like, I'll say, well, I'm an airline pilot. I usually don't tell people that. Usually they think I'm a flight attendant. That's okay too. I think flight attendants are wonderful. But just because being a female in my male dominated industry, I just go, okay, yeah, and but I just say, you know what, I'm a pilot, and I love what I do for a living. But when I find something that is helping me and my friends and family, I have to love on everybody and share it with them. Like, how can you not share this good stuff, and it'll
Love
help your
that.
health and save people. So I'm not doing it because I'm out there starving and, hunting down every person I run into and trying and that just sends people off. I totally believe that. So it's a little bit of I don't know if I want to call it a science, but just be yourself. That's what I tell people. And they'll come to
That's
you. Let them get
that's
to
what
know
they're
you.
that's what they're wanting. People will buy from people that they
Yeah,
know, like, and trust, as well as doing business, because you're kind of in bed with that person at that point. So
yeah.
you need to trust them. You need to have that. Um,
Absolutely. Like
and
I say, you can sell ice. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm stepping on
you
you. Go
said
ahead,
what
Ange.
now? Say
I was
what?
going to say you could sell ice to an Eskimo.
I have heard that before. I'm from Alaska, by the way. I grew
I
up in
know.
Georgia.
I know.
Yeah, I know all about the ice, all the ice. Ice babies on this call too. But the other thing I wanted to say, on top of the comp plan, and we're not making any financial claims here, but one of the most exciting things is seeing people get paid right away. Unlike other companies, you might get a trickle here, might get a trickle there. So Stephanie, without saying a number or anything, obviously you're seeing some success. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I've gotten paid almost every week, and I've sold. Let's put it this way: I've ordered 4 different 10 packs, and I'm working on my fourth. So yeah. So
And you've been here
I
how
have to
long?
say,
How
since
long?
April
Badass.
7th.
Yeah,
April
there.
7th.
Boom.
And
She's
3
doing
brand
it too.
partners. And
Yeah.
I kind of work, I've got a few that I'm potentially, I think, might become good. I got some prospects out there. I just kind of, I don't push anybody. I just every once in a while, like, hey, remember me? Or I'll just say, how's it going? And that's what I do is I preface everything with like, I care about them as an individual. That's really important when you're reaching out to people is don't mention, be love on them first and then let them, like I was talking to a friend of mine once and out of the blue, I didn't even say anything out of the blue, like, what are these drops that you're posting on Facebook? It was really cool to see, they're watching you. People are watching when you don't even realize it.
It's true. I think
Yeah, absolutely.
somebody called it lurking. I don't know if that's what you should call it, but yeah, they're always
Yeah.
watching.
Yep.
So, well, I'm just so honored that you are part of my ever growing, blossoming team.
I know, I love it.
And I can't wait to hang out with you in Florida. We're
I
going to
know, and
PXP. These events
I've
are
got,
amazing. There's like over 20 of us. You have a couple of your brand
I
partners
do.
coming.
Yep, Molly and Rayanne. I can't wait to send Rayanne. I'm so excited too, coming from Canada and Molly. We're all going to be on the same flight out of LA to Orlando, so we're going to have fun.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
excited.
we're in 50 other countries. So
Yeah,
we're not just here. This is a global franchise business. This is not your average bear. So I would just say, if you have any further questions or any interest, and I hope sincerely that you do, get with the person who brought you here to this call to get more information. And we can get you started too, as long as you're coaching, willing, and hungry.
Angie,
absolutely.
that was rock
Thank you
solid.
very much.
That was incredible. Guys, who here had a blast just listening to Stephanie and Angie? You know what I love about this is on these last notes, I just love how real this is, right? Like they're just being them. And it's just like their friends talking, and yet they're building a global empire, transforming so many lives. And I hope you see the heart. I hope you see the intent. I hope you can see that they're in the business not to make money. Exactly. They're in the business to transform lives, which leads to making money, right? Service to many leads to greatness. And that's what I see and hear from the heartbeat of what I just listened to here. So every one of us here, if we just take in what they shared, all the keys to success are exactly in these, and these ladies are doing it, and so many more as well too. So Angie, Stephanie, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your wisdom. We so
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you,
Yes.
James, Angie.
Awesome. Love you.
Love you guys.
absolutely.
Bye-bye.
Hey guys, feel free to get back to your friend that invited you to this, and feel free to unmute yourself too. Have an amazing evening.